It starts with a single push. A tiny domino, barely noticeable, stands alone waiting. The moment it tips, something extraordinary begins. The second domino falls, then the third, each one gaining momentum until, seemingly effortlessly, the final domino, 10 times the size of the first, comes crashing down. It looks like magic, but it isn't. It's a sequence, a chain reaction, a simple principle that, if understood and applied, holds the power to create extraordinary success. But most people never see it. They wake up every day overwhelmed, buried under an avalanche of tasks, rushing from one thing to another, checking emails, attending meetings, trying to do everything, believing that being busy means being productive. They sprint through their days, but by the time they collapse into bed at night, they wonder why, despite all their effort, nothing truly changes. The problem isn't that they aren't working hard. The problem is that they are working on too many things. Because success, real, lasting, game-changing success, doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the one thing that matters most. Yet, society tells a different story. From an early age, people are taught to juggle multiple tasks, handle multiple responsibilities, and chase multiple goals at once. Multitasking is seen as a skill, a strength, a necessity for survival in the modern world. But the truth is, multitasking is a lie. Science proves it. Our brains aren't designed to focus on more than one thing at a time. Every time we switch between tasks, we lose time refocusing, we make more mistakes, we drain our energy faster. What feels like productivity is actually inefficiency in disguise. The world's most successful people don't multitask. They don't scatter their attention. They master the art of focus. They pick the single most important thing and give it everything they've got. Look at Steve Jobs. When he returned to Apple in 1997, the company was failing. There were too many products, too many distractions, too much chaos. Jobs did something radical. He cut almost everything. He scrapped dozens of projects and narrowed Apple's focus to just a few: the iMac, the iPod, and later the iPhone. He made Apple's one thing clear: creating revolutionary, beautifully designed technology. That singular focus transformed Apple from near bankruptcy into one of the most valuable companies in the world. But how do you find your one thing? The answer lies in a single question. What's the one thing I can do, such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This isn't just a question. It's a filter, a laser that cuts through the noise and reveals what truly matters. Mark Zuckerberg asked this when he built Facebook. While other companies were trying to be everything at once, Zuckerberg focused on one thing: user growth. Every decision, every resource, every hire revolved around making Facebook the most engaging platform. He didn't dilute his efforts. He concentrated them. And that unwavering focus turned Facebook into a global empire. The principle behind this is simple yet powerful: the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. But Keller pushes this idea further. If you take that 20% and find the 20% of that, and keep narrowing it down, eventually, you'll reach the one action that drives everything forward. Warren Buffett built his fortune not by investing in hundreds of stocks, but by focusing on just a few high-value investments that he deeply understood. He ignored the noise and concentrated his energy where it mattered most. That's the secret: not doing more, but doing less with greater impact. But knowing your one thing isn't enough. You have to protect it. Distractions will fight for your attention. Urgent but unimportant tasks will try to pull you away. The world will tempt you to lose focus. That's why Keller introduces the concept of time blocking, dedicating a specific, uninterrupted period of your day to your most important work. If writing a book is your one thing, then you block off 3 hours every morning. No emails, no social media, no distractions, just writing. If your health is your priority, you schedule your workouts like critical meetings, non-negotiable. Bill Gates and Elon Musk schedule their days down to 5-minute blocks because they know that time is their most valuable resource, and they refuse to waste it. But even with time blocking, another obstacle remains: willpower. Most people think success is about discipline, about waking up every day and pushing through with sheer determination. But willpower is like a battery. It drains with every decision, every distraction, every temptation. That's why the most successful people don't rely on willpower. They build systems. They remove friction. Olympic athletes don't wake up and decide whether they feel like training. They have structured routines that make training automatic. Their diet, their sleep, their recovery, it's all designed so that their one thing happens without needing motivation. This is where most people fail. They start strong, fueled by excitement, but when life gets busy, when distractions pile up, when the results don't come immediately, they give up. They don't realize that success isn't an event, it's a process. A slow, steady accumulation of small, consistent actions, compounding over time. J.K. Rowling understood this. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a struggling single mother, writing in cafes while her baby slept. She faced rejection after rejection. 12 publishers turned her down. But she kept writing. She kept focusing on her one thing, telling a great story. And in the end, those small, daily efforts led to one of the biggest literary successes in history. And this is the final, most important truth. Success is a long game. Most people quit too soon. They expect instant results, and when they don't see them, they move on to the next thing, and then the next, trapped in an endless cycle of starting over. But every massive breakthrough, every world-changing success, belongs to someone who stayed with their one thing long enough for it to pay off. So the question is, what's the one thing in your life that could change everything? Maybe it's mastering a skill that will open doors you never imagined. Maybe it's focusing on your health in a way that transforms your energy and confidence. Maybe it's committing to a project that will redefine your career. Whatever it is, find it. Block time for it. Build systems around it. And most importantly, stick with it. Because success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right thing. It's about starting with a single domino, one small push, one focused action that sets everything else in motion. And when you get it right, when you stay with it, when you trust in the process, before you know it, that final domino, the one that once seemed impossible, comes crashing down. That's how success works. That's how extraordinary results are created. That's the power of one thing. If you like this summary, consider subscribing to our channel. Your support gives us the motivation to keep creating more engaging content.